back with more darts content. I did say I was gonna keep up with the content, but you know, personal life, so content has sort of slowed down a little bit. But I will be predicting day one of the 2025 World Series of Darts finals. Day one, I'm predicting day two, day three, etc., and sort of talking through each day at the end of the day. So this one I'll be going through day one predictions. Obviously the World Series of Darts finals is taking place, I believe it's Amsterdam still. So obviously first round Friday, first round, the second lot of first round ties on Saturday afternoon session, and then the evening session will be the second round, and then on Sunday of course quarter-final, semi-final and final. So best of 11 in the first 3 rounds, I believe it is, or best of 11 in round 1, round 2, and then I think the quarterfinals is best of 19, then 21 for the semi-finals and the final. So all of that chatting, let's get on with it. First game Kevin Boots against Jermaine Wattimena. Now Wattimena has turned into a very steady player. You know, a lot of people would have liked to have faced Jermaine Wattimena a few years ago, but not now. I'm going to go with a 6-4 win for the machine gun. Ratajski, Josh Rock. I would love Christoph to get the win, but the way Rocky's playing, the treble 19 hitting is ridiculous. I think Josh finds it pretty simple in this one. I'm going to go with a 6-2 win for Rocky over Ratajski. Damon Hett, Joe Cullen is an interesting one. 3-4 years ago this one would be an absolute classic, but Joe Cullen's decline is a bit upsetting. You know, the way that Joe Cullen used to play, nowhere near it now. And I think Damon Hett, like I said, 3-4 years ago Cullen would probably be the favourite, but now heavily favourised is Damon Hett, and I'm going to go with I think it'll be quite tight. I'm going to go 6-4. Mike Tedesco, Gabriel Clemens, again, another game where a few years ago the favourite was probably a different answer. But I think there's only one winner in this one. I think it is Mike Tedesco, and I think he beats Gabriel Clemens 6-3. Luke Humphries, James Wade. Wow, Luke Humphries was unbelievable at the last Euro Tour, wasn't he? Obviously beat James Wade, was it 7-1 in the semi-finals? And then obviously beat Josh Rock in the final of that competition. I think that was in Prague, wasn't it? I don't see Wade being any problem for Luke Humphries, but we know that James Wade can turn it on when he needs to. He's got the pedigree, he's got the history to be able to do something like knock out Luke Humphries. But I'm going to go 6-4 to Cool Hand. Wessel Nijman, Michael van Gerwen, all Dutch clash in Netherlands, should be interesting. Again, Nijman can perform to the top level, but again I just think in these type of games Michael van Gerwen will have the edge. I'm not saying Wessel couldn't beat Michael. I think Wessel Nijman very much could beat Michael van Gerwen, but I think in a, well, it's not a ranking event, is it, but in a, you know, a TV major, Michael van Gerwen will definitely have the will for it, and I think the want for it, and I think Michael van Gerwen wins 6-3. Penultimate game, Stephen Bunting, Danny Noppert. Again, like a few of these games I've already spoken about, a few years ago the other player would have been the favourite. I think Danny Noppert was one of the top 8 players a few years ago, maybe not in rankings but definitely in play, and I think Danny Noppert was better than Stephen Bunting at one stage. The pendulum has swung massively, and you'd say Stephen Bunting on paper is, I wouldn't say miles clear of Danny Noppert, but there's definite serious gap between the two. I'm going to go Bunting to win 6-3. And then Rob Cross, Halpai Puha. Now Cross has become unstuck in these type of games and against players that he should be battering. I think Puha has a chance. I think Halpai Puha does have a chance in this one, but you would imagine Rob Cross to come out of the gates flying, so I'm going to go for 6-4 Cross. So I've gone Wattimena, Josh Rock, Damon Hett, Mike Tedesco, Luke Humphries, Michael van Gerwen, Stephen Bunting and Rob Cross. Let me know who you think will win all of these first round matches on day one, and make sure to like, share, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, thanks for watching.